Hi guys, this is Marvin from shopsadapage.com, and today we're going to do an unboxing and review of the Tronsmart Element Groove Bluetooth speaker with a very interesting passive radiator design. So let's get into it. So right here I have the packaging for the Tronsmart Element Groove Bluetooth speaker. This is IPX7 waterproof and has a power output of up to 10 watts. At the back of the box we have some important features of the product. So it has a passive radiator designed for deep bass, up to 24 hours of playtime. It has a true wireless stereo feature like most of Tronsmart's Bluetooth speakers that I've tried, and it also has a built-in microphone for answering calls. It also has a diagram right here for the different parts of the Bluetooth speaker that we're going to talk about later. So let's see what comes in this box. So up top we have here a small box. I'm assuming it has the included cables and lanyard like what we saw from the Tronsmart Element Splash. And of course, we have the Bluetooth speaker itself, but first, let's see what other things we have inside the package. As usual, we have a warranty card right here, and the user manual that has everything you need to know about the Tronsmart Element Groove Bluetooth speaker. Inside the small packaging right here, we have a shoestring so you can hang this Bluetooth speaker anywhere you want. A USB Type-C charging cable, which is very nice and a step forward towards the future. And of course, a 3.5mm aux cable. Now, let's see the actual speaker unit itself. So here's the Tronsmart Element Groove. It has a ton of weight to it and it feels really solid and durable. It's like a better version of the Tronsmart Element T2 in terms of the construction. In front, we have a hard plastic lining right here, sandwiching the front speaker grill with the Tronsmart logo at the center. It has 4 screws on each corner and a built-in microphone at the top center here. At the back, we have the so-called passive radiator design and the same 4 screws on each corner and the hard plastic lining right here. At the center, we have the passive radiator unit, which is kinda exposed. We'll talk about more on that later. Up top, we have here the ports. Inside, we have the USB Type-C port, the micro SD card slot, and the 3.5mm aux port protected by this rubber flap for waterproofing. At the top, we have the power button, the play and pause button, the volume down and up button, and a detachable hook right here. At the bottom, we have some technical information about the product as well as its certifications right here. The sides of the speaker are protected by a rubber housing that will help absorb any impact, which makes it even more durable. Like I said, the Tronsmart Element Groove feels really durable and built like a tank, and it actually weighs around 442 grams. But to be honest, I am kinda worried about the exposed passive radiator part of the speaker right here. The cone itself is soft and fragile and might be damaged if you toss this around inside your bag. I'm not sure if they did this to prevent any effect on audio quality if there's a speaker grill protecting it or just for aesthetics. Either way, it looks damn good and you just have to be careful not to poke it. Moving on, let's pair it with our smartphone. It's actually pretty straightforward. You'll just have to turn on Bluetooth on your smartphone, turn on the speaker by pressing the power button for a couple of seconds and it will automatically go to pairing mode. Pair it and you're good to go. Now you can start playing music and you can directly control your playback from the Tronsmart Element Groove itself using these clicky and tactile buttons. You can play and pause, skip track by holding the volume buttons, change mode, and you can also use these buttons for phone calls. Speaking of phone calls, the Tronsmart Element Groove has a microphone built in and as per my testing, it's usable and the voice coming from the mic is quite understandable. In terms of connectivity, it has a transmission range of up to 30 meters on an open area. So unless you place this in a room with walls and a lot of obstruction from your smartphone, you will not have a problem with the signal. Now, in terms of other features, the Tronsmart Element Groove actually supports true wireless stereo mode. Essentially, you pair 2 of these together to act as stereo speakers which will provide even better audio quality and improve the overall listening experience. You can watch my demonstration here if you're interested. Like I said earlier, this comes with a shoestring that you can attach to the hook so that you can hang this anywhere you like. Aside from Bluetooth, you can also insert a micro SD card to play music without using any other device, which in theory should save more energy. You can also opt to directly connect your smartphone to the Tronsmart Element Groove by using the included 3.5mm aux cable for audio playback without any latency or delay. For such a small device, I'm really impressed with the battery life of the Tronsmart Element Groove. It is rated at 24 hours of continuous music playback, and as per my actual testing, it actually does reach that at around 23 hours at 60 to 70% volume via Bluetooth. I even had to move it away while testing it because my ears became tired listening to music the whole day. As per specifications, charging time is around 2.5 hours, but for my testing, it actually took me around 3.5 hours using a fast charger. It's a bit longer than I expected, but for 24 hours of music playback, I think it's worth the wait. The Tronsmart Element Groove is rated with IPX7 waterproofing, which means it can withstand water splashes or even be soaked in water up to 1 meter. This makes it good for outdoor activities even on a rainy condition, so you can listen to your tunes without worrying about it. Now, when it comes to the sound quality, the Tronsmart Element Groove boasts a passive radiator design, which basically allows the speaker to increase the low-end frequencies without using any other electronic device aside from the main speaker unit. It works perfectly on this kind of small form factor so that the air pressure coming from the vibration of the main speaker unit transfers seamlessly to the passive radiator at the back without introducing other noise. This is also better in some degree compared to the usual bass reflex design that has vents or ports that might introduce noise due to the velocity of the air coming in and out of the vent. Not to mention the size difference of both the designs, since the passive radiator can fit on a smaller form factor like this. Here's a sound test for you guys.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
So with the passive radiator design, the Tronsmart Element Groove provides an ample amount of bass even on such a small device, which is very impressive. With this, I think the sound quality is overall better than the similarly small sized Tronsmart Element Splash. Aside from bass, the mids and highs are also very clear and the overall sound quality is very good. In terms of loudness, it's safe to say that this tiny device can fill a small to medium sized room without any issue, and it actually doesn't distort much at higher volume. So to conclude, for such a small device, the Tronsmart Element Groove is very impressive in terms of build quality, design, and the overall sound quality with its passive radiator feature. The only downside for me really is the exposed passive radiator that may cause unwanted damage prematurely, especially if you toss this around your bag and whatnot. A speaker grill protection would have been perfect for me, but then again, I am not sure if that would cause any sound quality issue if there's a mesh protection in it. Regardless, the Tronsmart Element Groove is a very powerful portable audio device that can withstand splashes and other elements, and is a perfect companion for active people out there. There you have it guys, thank you for watching. Thanks to Tronsmart for sending this in. You can get this from the link below. Don't forget to check the full article for more details, link on the description below as well. Subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Thank you, have a great day.